Welcome to Aryabhat Center for Theoretical Physics. Today we are going to learn about the vector field. What is the vector field and how we can represent the vector field. So we know that the difference between vector and scalar. Vector and scalar. Scalar has only magnitude, but vector has magnitude and direction. So scalar can form scalar field and vector can form vector field. Vector field. Take an example of water flow. Each particle in the water flow has certain direction of movement and movement and magnitude of the speed. So the water flow can be taken as vector field. A disk rotating about its axis can be taken as vector field. Point on the rotating disk can be taken as vector field. Or flow of air is also a vector field. Vector field. A car is moving in certain direction and air will also move around the car. This air flow around the car is also an example of vector field. So vector field both has magnitude and direction. On the other hand, scalar field only has magnitude. Vector field can be represented by the function f over a certain region R. R over the certain region R in space. So f is the vector field and it is the function of three variable x, y and z, and this f is different for every point. If f, x, y, z is the vector field, then f x1, y1, z1, f xn, yn, zn is the vector field at each point. And this vector field f, x, y, z has three components: f1, x, y, z, I, f2, x, y, z, j, and f3, x, y, z, k. And these three components are actually a scalar field, because these three components only has magnitude and each component has certain direction. This is I, j and k. This is f1, f2 and f3. So this vector field has three components, f1, f2 and f3. Some of the example of vector field is gravitational force field. Gravitational force field. This is mass m, bigger mass m, and there is a mass m at a distance r, and the force from m to m will be F. If we take bigger mass m as the origin, then this one is y, this one is z, and this one is x, and the gravitational force will be F x y z is equal to minus g m m divided by x square y square plus z square r hat. And each f x y z has component f1, f2 and f3. Again, one of the example of vector field is electric field. Electric field. This is plus q charge, and there is a charge q which is at a distance r, and electric force will be k q divided by r square r, or electric field will be kq divided by r square r hat. This is the example of electric field. Electric field is the vector field. Gravitational force field is also a vector field, and one of the example of vector field is magnetic field. Magnetic field is also a vector field. Now we can represent a vector field with the help of arrows. This is x, this is y, and if there is a field which is in the y direction, then this is the example of vector field which has only one component along the y direction. Or another example of vector field is this is x, this is y, this is also a representation of vector field f xy is equal to minus yi plus xj. This is the example of vector field, and with the help of arrows we can represent a vector field. And vector field has three components x, y and z along the three coordinates. Now take a dipole, plus q, and there is another negative pole minus q. So there is a field which is originated from plus q. So positive charge can function as the source of the electric field, and negative charge can function as the sink. A field which originate from certain point is source, and at certain point the vector field ends is called sink. So source and sink of the vector field, and we can represent a vector field with the help of differential operator. F is the scalar field, and if we apply the gradient of the scalar, then we get vector field. This is vector field, and this delta is differential operator. So we can get the vector field by applying the gradient function on the scalar field. So in the next lecture we will learn divergence and curl of the vector field.